Mr. Mayor, council members, the City of Moscow and its operations understands the concerns and necessity of protecting the environment. Moscow encourages its citizens and businesses to be aware of our shared environment and to take steps to mitigate any detrimental consequences from actions that affect the environment. Moscow looks for ways to allow opportunities in further pursuit of a sustainable environmental business practices within the city. Under Moscow, the current Moscow City Code, only taxi cabs are specifically allowed to operate within the city. Staff has been approached in the last summer about allowing alternative means for paid transportation within the city. Specifically, somebody wanted to operate a pedicab. Many cities in the state of Idaho allow and license pedicabs, and we believe that trend will continue to grow. The proposed amendment to the Moscow Taxi Cab Ordinance will help ensure public safety in the operations of non-motorized vehicles using city streets for alternative paid transportation. In order to maintain public health and safety concerns, staff believes that every operator of paid transportation operating within the city and using city streets should be licensed. This action was reviewed and recommended for approval by the Administrative Committee on the November 24th.
Okay.
No.
John?
We went through this, and we did, as a committee, vote for its approval. And the other thing that this will do is, if we do pass this and we have pedicabs in the city, they will have to meet the same insurance and licensing regulations that taxi cabs do. And is that not correct, Rod?
Yeah, it'd be a lower threshold for pedicabs for.
Absolutely.
But it still would be required to be insured to protect the city and its citizens.
So I would make a motion that we approve the ordinance under suspension of the rules requiring 3 complete and separate readings, and that it be read by title and published by summary.
Second that.
Okay, further discussion, Walter?
Rod, a question on the definition of pedicab. Your first sentence says it's any human-powered vehicle that is able to be pedaled without any motor assistance used for the purpose of transporting persons. And then you go on in the next sentence to talk about having an assistive motor. Those two are not in conflict?
No, actually, the unit would have to be able to operate under a human-powered pedaling.
Totally.
Without the operation of the motor. But in there's an option for somebody to put a little motor, assist motor, on their pedicab, but it could not be the main mode of power for that vehicle.
Thank you.
Art?
Follow up on that. It looks like there might be one word too many in there, because it says any human-powered vehicle that is able to be pedaled without any motor assistance used for the purpose of transporting persons. And it says a motor vehicle may be permitted. Perhaps you mean just a motor may be permitted.
I think that's a good catch. I think we could
Delete
that
the word
out.
vehicle.
Delete that. That would make sense.
Yep. Recognize that in the motion.
That would be a Scrivener's change.
Scrivener's change, yeah,
It
it's not-
doesn't need a separate
It's not
motion.
minor.
Okay. Other questions before I take a roll for this? What we've got is John made a motion, Tom seconded that motion to the amendment of the taxi ordinance to approve this ordinance under the suspension of the rules requiring 3 complete and separate readings that it be read entitled and published by summary. Art, we'll start with you.
Aye.
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 Okay. 5-0. Thank you very much, Rod.
Thank you.
And then, let's see, this is ordinance 2014-22. Stephanie, did we get everything okay over there? Okay, ordinance 2014-22, an ordinance of the City of Moscow, Idaho, and Municipal Corporation of the State of Idaho, providing for the amendment of the Moscow City Code, Title 9, Chapter 5, to add pedicabs and carriages as options for public transportation in the City of Moscow, providing that the provisions of this ordinance be deemed severable, and providing for this ordinance to be in full force and effect from the date of its passage, approval, and publication according to law.